Yo, it's Kayo from Red Vents TV. As you can see, I'm once again blessed by being at Old Trafford. As you may have known or may not know, I am a musical theatre performer, singer, actor by trade, but a Man United fan by heart as well, and a musician at heart as well. Like there's half I bleed music, and the other half I bleed Manchester United. Point being, we're here again in good old rainy Manchester one more time to chat a little bit about the club and what state we at. But you know how it is. So in the words of or in the style of Stephen Howson and the guys that inspire me to do this, you know, your KGs, your Flex, your rants and bants, your like I said, your Stephen Howsons and full-time Devils, or now not full-time Devils, what are they now? Stretford Paddock and those guys. It is wet. I'll use a trick term. It wet like water on a dashing leaf. That's to tell you how country I am. But anyway, one more thing. It's only right that I do this. I've been here at Man United only one time before. This was with my last tour 10 years ago. I'm sure called The Lion King that I did for a while back for like an 8-year stretch. And one of my stops was here in Manchester. And when I was here, I bought this bad boy. I got this bad boy to commemorate my time here. And I think it's only right that it's only right that I do the same thing again. So let's update the system. I also have new shirts, but that's besides the story. This one is a special one because I bought this here for my last visit. So in about a couple of seconds, you're gonna see the new drip. What you think? Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the new home kit is kind of wavy. I think the Snapdragon logo is a little bit better than the Chevy. Or actually a good deal better than the Chevy one. And the stripes, I kind of like that. I'm feeling it. I'm really, really feeling it. And I wish that this is a good kit that we do good things in, you know what I mean? Comment down in the comments below. Let me know what you think of the kit itself. Which one of the ones you prefer, home, away, third kit. Tell me what you guys think. I personally like it. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Anyway, let me know which ones you prefer, how you feel about this kit, and do you think we're going to do good things in this kit? Put it in the comments below. Now, as you can see, I'm here at Old Trafford with the big boss himself. You know, this is Alex Ferguson Stan. Just to chop it up for a little bit about our situation with the club right now. And this is really as a person that has followed the club since Dwight York was there. Obviously that's my connection to the club, and now I've lived in Manchester on 2 separate occasions. You know, like everybody else, I love the club. You feel like you are just personally invested, right? So basically, when this whole thing went down during the off season, and we were getting these new players and stuff like that, it got me thinking. I'm like, okay, what should we expect this season? And I was like, it don't make no sense, you know, for us to be like, oh yeah, we need to improve, like drastically, and then all of a sudden be challenging for titles, because that's just not how it works. Just smart all-round business and footballing decisions make these teams competitive in their respective leagues. And I think that's exactly what we are doing right now and what we need to do. But just like them, it took a while, and it took for them to get onto the world stage and become a force again. So that's what we need to do. We need to be patient. Basically, we need to have reasonable expectations, but we need to have the highest of reasonable expectations, if that makes any sense, right? So after coming off of this loss with Liverpool, you know what, that's all I'm going to say. After losing, we have 2 weeks to take a hard look at what's happening. So I think the best thing that we can hope for, again, I've already given my opinion on what we could hope for results-wise, but in terms of progress, in terms of what we're doing, I think the process that we're going through just needs to continue. You understand? We just got Ugarte in. I don't know exactly when he's going to be available to play. We'll find that out. I'll probably put something up on the video to show when I would have done more of my research and find out when they expect him to play. I don't even know if he's registered still yet, because it's international break right now. But the point of the matter is that we have some issues, and I want to point out these 5 major issues that I think that we should be that we as a club should be addressed, and then also as the manager and the people in charge that realistically need to be addressed. And I think the first one is keep doing what we're doing in terms of the business that is being done, as far as transfers are concerned, as far as the investment that we're having in the club, in the grounds, in the training facilities, in the way we conduct ourselves in the market. I think that needs to continue, because it could only lead to just better decision making and better choices. And I think we will get better at identifying and getting better players for better prices and deals. You understand? Sure, we have a Xerxes in, and he doesn't look like he's a world beater. Sure, we got Ugarte and a few others, and no, but aside from Euro, I don't think we've signed anyone right now that we can say is world class, that can slot into the first team right now, and that will do more than a job for us, who can literally change matches for us. We haven't bought those type of players, but I think at some point we're going to get really good at identifying these players, getting them in on the cheap, and having them affect our play, our club, our fortunes in minimal amount of time, whether that be half a season or 1 season later they come into the first team and they're there. But we're also we're addressing the deficiencies in the squad, and we're doing good business. I think the net spend, I can't give you an exact quote, but it's a decent net spend in terms of how much we actually made. I think we must have made 80 something. Don't quote me on this, but because I'm just doing this on the fly. But we made money off of Scott McTominay, and some of these deals are immediate money coming in, with money to come in the future, with an obligation to buy and sell on clauses for guys like McTominay and who else, boy? Some of the other people, I can't remember. If it was last, it's too soon of a brain after I was so excited about the shirts and being here that I've completely forgot all the deals that we've made. But the point is, I think what we've done is gotten some money in, gotten players out, saved money on the wage bill, but then we've also future-proofed ourselves with those sales by getting sell-on clauses and options to buy back, and first options, and also obligations to buy from the other clubs. So we're doing good business. So business-wise, keep doing that. Second thing we need to address is continue to buy the young and invest in that potential. I think we have a Konate, I can't remember his name, a young 16-year-old that we've just snapped up from Arsenal. Euro, as I previously mentioned, Ugarte being under 26, Xerxes it's 22, 23. Keeping up Ahmad on, keeping Garnacho playing. Kobe still a person in the team. Just keep on investing in the youth, and that's going to pay off. I think that's 2 things that need to continue to be addressed. I think that's something that we're addressing, and that continues to need to be addressed. Third thing, this is for the manager himself. Let's be fair and honest. You've won us trophies, and that's great, but football is a what have you done for me lately type of thing, right? But then also, football is not just won or played tournament style. You don't just do a tournament, you win, and then the season's over. You literally have 36 games in a season to prove that you're the best team in the league. And if you don't do that, then you're not the best team in the league, and you're not the best team in the country. You understand? So you have to admit that we've been absolute shite in the league, and our form and the way that we play is shite, and one of the contributing factors is your decision making, not being flexible enough, not taking enough responsibility in making said decisions when you are in front of on the hot seat in an interview on camera and trying to hide behind the trophies that we've won. Yes, you've done amazing. That's great. You deserve the position that you're in. However, now is the time. You've proven that you can win tournaments. Now is the time you can prove you can win the ultimate tournament, the long distance marathon type tournament, where we need to be the best team in the league and win the most games during a league season. And we've already gotten off to what we consider a horrendous start by our standards. And you have to step up and say, this is not acceptable. Even if we do play Liverpool the third game of the season, it is unacceptable to lose to them, not only at home, but losing the manner in which that we did. And I remember making a TikTok or something like that about this. I'm like, how in the blue fuck that when we beat these guys, we just scrape by? It's just, or it's a last minute winner, or it's something that is going to give you a heart attack. Great moment, I'll give you that. But it's something that it will for sure take a few months off your life. But when they beat us, it's a walk in the park. We hand it to them, they bend us over a barrel, they slather us up in crude oil and slap us up from here till next Wednesday. How? Slap us up like a black man named Kimpembe, high on horny goat weed, Magnum, Guinness Punch, and fucking 3 Viagra pills. So we need to avoid getting slapped up like this. This is not becoming of a team and a club of our stature. Stop that shit and step up and make us competitive in this league. Make the right decisions. Play the players that deserve to be played on merit, not on, I don't know if it's favoritism. I don't know if it is just because your trainers tell you that they've been training well. Look at their results on the pitch last time. Play a style of play. Find a style of play, first and foremost. You know what I mean? That works for the team. You have 2 weeks. Make it happen. That's your job. Right? Anyway, that's us 3. Step up in the league, please. Even if we finish 5th, I want to see progress. I want to see us slapping up lesser sides, being able to play through a low block for once. I want to see us be competitive with the big teams, other big teams. And I want us, if we do lose, to be able to walk out to that match with our heads held high. Imagine I'm walking and I'm seeing people walking out to Old Trafford last game, and I've never seen so many. Far less for angry Manchester United fans. So overall, I might have to cut that out. The point is, I've never seen so many angry fans in one place in one sport. I couldn't believe it. It's just a bunch of sour faces leaving in the 80-something minute. And I was like, bro, what? And then outside now on the grounds, just upset. And the only people who really decided to make the best of it were the ones that probably came from far away to see the game and to go to the shop, and it's an outing for them. But for those who are in this week in, week out, who support this team from home and away on TV or in person, week in, week out, and see this shit, it's painful. And they get slapped up by Liverpool at home, painful. So please, even if we finish outside of Europe, and when I say Europe, I mean Champions League, because we really shouldn't be counting anything else but Champions League. But this is where we're at, so fine. If we're out of Champions League, we need to at least say we gave everybody else a run for their money. They have to leave our see this house. They need to leave this house sweating and saying, I don't want to come back here again. Even if a victory can't even feel like a victory to them. And that is the problem that we're having. Everybody thinks that they could rock up here and bend us over our barrel. Or if they win, it's because we handed it to them. They're like, we don't know which Manu is going to show up. So it could be either a win or a very easy win. And that's disgusting. Anyway, so that's 3. Address that shit, please. 4. something a little bit off of the men's side. Invest more in the women's team, please. Stop treating them like second-class citizens. Give them proper training grounds. Give them proper facilities. Give them proper backing. Please and thank you. Because last season, not even at the beginning of the season, I think we've lost Mary Earps. We've lost the first coach that we've had, the woman coach. I can't remember her name. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I don't remember your name, but you were amazing. I loved your vibe, and I'm very upset that you had to leave under the circumstances that you were doing, because you seem to be doing a very good job. And I want to pay more attention to the women's game, because anything Manu we definitely should support. But it's a place for us to dominate. Didn't we just win the FA Cup last season? Both men and women, even, and that's the thing. We've been winning trophies even when we've been shit, which is just in our DNA. Winning is in our DNA. So how in the blue fuck you're not gonna invest in a proven winning project? So please pay attention to the women, give them what they deserve, support them. This is an opportunity for us to basically dominate, and then on top of that, kind of bring eyes and ears to the sport, kind of like what Caitlin Clark is doing. We could develop our own team with a bunch of Caitlin Clarks of women's football. So please support them, please. They deserve it. Actually, after an FA Cup win especially, they deserve it. But just like the men's side, the league is important. Alright? Anyway, 5 might be lower the damn cost of these fucking shirts. Oh my god. They fucking this 85 quid. Don't tell my wife. 85 quid. I think I bought this one. The old one. The old one was 60? I think it was 60 or 65 that I bought it for. Now you might say, hey yo, you know, an increase of 20 pounds over a 10-year period is not that much. You know, it's inflation, blah, 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 blah. But bruv, in the last 10 years, making things of good quality for cheaper and even up in production has gotten better. That's what technology does, doesn't it? So technically, and in places, especially with clothing brands and stores that like to outsource their labor and shit. That's what I'm saying. It should be cheaper, or at least it should be understandably reasonable. 85 quid for a replica shirt is a bit much. It's a bit much, right? And for the training one, or the match one, is 110. The long sleeve is 120. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And that's why I don't buy kits every single season. I can't. I just can't. I can't afford to. You know? So fix up that, please, Manchester United, please. But that's not number 5. But Jesus Christ, pockets hurting. Anyway, officially 5. The weather can't change that. This goes out to the players themselves. Players, they'll get paid a lot of money, a boatload of money. 99.9% of us, the people that support you and idolize you, will never see in our lives. And you guys need to understand that when you show up every time, every day, not just when you're on that pitch, but every day you show up for training, every day, you keep our hopes and dreams and our happiness on your backs. And that's a lot. I understand that's a lot of pressure, but I think you're handsomely rewarded for that pressure. So you need to live up to it. And it's due to the people that came before you that built that reputation for this club. And you need to carry that now. That's the responsibility. So you really cannot be throwing your toys out the pram, not wanting to play for this club, generally being ungrateful sons of bitches for the opportunity that you have. Play for the badge, play for the shirt, play for your own reputation and name and stature, and understand that we will back you. So as long as you show that you really care about what happens on and off this pitch for this club. And myself, being a performer, some days I'm very tired. My job is very physical as well. Some days I don't want to sing. Some days I don't feel like going out there because people in the crowd might not like what I'm doing, or might not like the show, or might be not. Some people get dragged to certain things they don't want to get, but they end up liking it. But there's an opportunity for me to prove to them not only my worth, but reward the faith that the people that hired me had shown me by hiring me. But also people who come to a show to be entertained, who come to be enthralled and in awe of what my talent is. I am also in my own way in a privileged position, because I don't really have to be here. There's many other people who would want to be in my position. And so with that in mind, I try to give it everything that I have for my vocation, the thing that I love to do, my profession, which is now my profession, but also remember that I'm responsible for I'm sometimes responsible for people's happiness because of what I do. And so I do that to my heart's content. I do it full out. I do it as much and as best as I can to the best of my ability, because I understand that these people pay their hard-earned money to come see what I and the rest of my castmates do, and they deserve it, because those tickets are overpriced, the drinks are overpriced, transportation is overpriced, and they're willing to spend that money to come see us, to see me, not me specifically as well, but if I'm performing by myself specifically to see me, that's important. So you guys need to understand that, and you need to remember that every time you step out on our pitch, because with every new car, every piece of jewelry, every property, every fancy place you get to go buy, purchase, see, experience, it's because people like me spend their hard-earned money, because I work hard for mine, so that you can have those things, because we appreciate what you do. So you need to step it up. All right. Anyway, without wrapping up, this has been Kayo from Rec Events TV, and I just want to say, it's a great opportunity. Hopefully, I'll have a few more before the end of my run here in Manchester. But rain and all, it's been a great experience. See, not so much cussing, but I am venting. Anyway, take care, guys. Peace.